Noel Morales here, founder of Connect the Dots Learning, and one of the questions that almost all of my clients ask me is this: why did you start Connect the Dots Learning? Well, I'm going to explain to you my own personal story and how I struggled with school. When I was in elementary school, I used to stutter so much. I mean, every single word that came out of my mouth was a stammer. And growing up, especially in elementary school, but then it got worse during middle school and in high school, because at that time, you know, hanging out with your friends, being cool, all those things that teenagers do, you know, it really had an impact on my self-esteem. Because when I would be in my classroom and I would read, I would stammer a lot, and the teachers knew that, and I knew that, and everybody knew that, and everybody tried to be as sensitive as they could. But regardless, what I felt inside just was too painful for me. So in elementary school, middle school, and high school, what I would do is every time we would have to read out loud in any class, I would just say to myself and sit down. As I sat down, I would say to myself, "Please, teacher, don't pick me to read. Don't pick me. Please don't pick me to read. Do not pick me to read." And I would just say this over and over and over and over and over again until either the period was over or until that reading time section was over. I would just be in such misery. The way that I would cope with trying to not to read would be by either getting in trouble in class, so I could be sent out of the classroom to either another teacher's class or to the office, or I would act sick so that I didn't have to be in that situation, which created a lot of anxiety for me. So I would step out of the classroom and say, you know, this hurts, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, my finger hurts, my eyelash hurts. I would just make all these crazy excuses just to get away. So growing up and in high school, I was doing okay in school. I was doing, you know, pretty well in school. And growing up, I wanted to really be an attorney. And I could just picture myself being in the courtroom trying to make an objection to the judge and just completely stuttering. And the more I thought about it, the more it had an impact on me, the more stressed out I got, until finally I said, you know what? I'm not going to be an attorney because I can't. There's just no way that I can do that. There's no way that I'm going to be able to talk. There's no way that I'm going to be able to present my arguments. There's no way that I'm going to be able to defend my clients. There's no way of this and this and this and this and that. So I basically gave up on that dream to become a lawyer. I just gave up. And the reason I started the center is because I really want to help children reach their maximum potential. And I don't want them to feel as if they have to give up a dream just because they struggle with reading, or they struggle with writing, or they struggle with math, or they struggle with their speech. I don't want any child to limit themselves like I limited myself. You know, looking back, I wish I could have just said, you know what, I'm going to fight through this, I'm going to get over it, but I didn't. And I really want every child to make their dreams come true. I want them to be able to be whatever they want to be, and I want to be there, and my team wants to be there to support them so that they can reach their goals, they can reach their maximum potential, and so they can feel confident and feel good about themselves, because I certainly didn't. As I work with clients, I see the pain that they have inside, and I remember the time when I was a little kid, and I also had that pain. So part of what we do here is we really try to tackle on the psychology, the limiting beliefs that they have in their mind, that they're dumb, that they can't read, that they can't spell, that they can't write, that they can't do this, that they can't do that. And I assure you, if you have a conversation with your child, that's going to come out. No matter how happy they look, no matter how well behaved they are, you sit them down and they're reading a book or they're doing something that they just struggle with so much, I guarantee you, you have a candid conversation with them, they're going to tell you how they really feel. They're going to tell you, yes, mom, yes, dad, I don't feel smart, I feel dumb. And we got to eliminate these beliefs. So as a parent, you know, you got to encourage them. You got to have absolute 1000% belief in them. You always have to encourage them. And think twice before you think that they're lazy. Think twice before you think that they just don't want to do it. Think twice about that, because they could really be struggling. And they want to learn how to read, they want to learn how to do these things, they just have a hard time doing it. So please, encourage them, have belief in them, and when they come to the center, we'll do the rest. We'll continue to tackle that self-esteem. We'll help them regain that self-esteem back, that academic self-esteem, and then they're going to flourish. And that's what happened to me. I was able to figure out ways that I could cope, and I had these strategies that I've learned over many, many years, over many trials and errors. And don't get me wrong, I still stutter. There's times when I stutter a lot. There's times when I don't stutter. There's times when I stutter every now and then. It's not going to go away. And I recognize that. My stuttering will never go away, but there's ways that I can cope with it. There's ways that I can handle it. I've got some strategies that are good for me, and that's what we'll do with your child. We'll help them regain their academic self-esteem. We'll give them strategies so that they're able to tackle the words or tackle the math problems or tackle the writing. We'll do that for you. But again, we really, really try to eliminate those beliefs that they have in their mind that they're stupid, because they're not. With that said, thank you very much, and I'll see you at the next video.